All right, what's quacking, everyone? It's your boy Yump here today, and today I woke up. I woke up today, unfortunately, and I go on Discord and I see one of the Discords that I mod for. Last night something happened while I was asleep. I was a little sleepy poo last night, and the Discord owner goes, "Kid got mad. He couldn't post um uh a disgusting meme about forcing someone to do things. So he couldn't post that meme. He got mad and left the Discord server. And after I read that, I was like, why do people get upset that they can't say edgy or hurtful things? Like, I feel like these people are very unaware of the society we're in currently. Like, if you're going to say them behind closed doors to like your two close friends and have your little giggles, that's fine. Go ahead and do that because it's just to you three. You guys aren't like, I'm pretty sure it's probably a joke between you guys. You guys aren't probably actively committing hate crimes. Hopefully. I pray you aren't actually committing hate crimes. But when you're on a Discord that's like kind of semi-public, like you have to go and click a link and stuff like that, like in front of hundreds of people on a Discord, like you don't do that because I'm pretty sure about all of us are pretty self-aware and know not to post or say that stuff because it's not all funny. So it's just like, yeah, probably shouldn't be posting that stuff. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to get mad and leave. Like, it blows my mind that people think this way. And I didn't know, like, the kids these days are very vocal and open about things. So, I feel like this is just how our society is. I feel like this is just what happens. I feel like there's always going to be, the 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds on, Call of Duty, Fortnite, or whatever, who are going to sit there and be like, yeah, slur, 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 slur. They're going to be like that. There's always going to be that. And I feel like that's just something as a society we have to accept. And we shouldn't aggressively punish these people. This kid wasn't aggressively punished. We just told him, no, he's not allowed to do that. And he just got mad and left. Like, we didn't kick him out of the server. He left of his own volition. But, like, I feel like depending on the age range and stuff like that, we should really, really like have talks with people. If they're little edgelord teenagers, they're being shitty. We should be like just a stern, hey, that's fucked up. That's not cool. You don't do that. That's wrong. You don't say that stuff. Like, to be fair, I feel like some like actual dark humor like that kind of like is kind of like shock humor at this point. But like, yeah. So we should really just be like kind of more stern with the younger people to a degree because I feel like they're not fully aware of the ramifications that it causes because you see 13-year-olds getting canceled on Twitter all the time for being edgelords and then their lives are ruined. Like, there's people who dox 13 and 14-year-olds and that's fucked up, like, no matter what they do. I mean, unless they like kill someone and go on trial, then they're going to be doxxed regardless because they're 14-year-olds killing people. But like when they try to make that edgelord joke on Twitter or Instagram or something or Snapchat, and then like everyone comes at them, like no, that's like they shouldn't be getting can't like their lives are already over before it even starts to a degree and like they have all their accounts and stuff like that and they have to like if they post their face they can't post their face anymore and yada yada yada. They get doxxed and people harass them and then some people send them death threats and it's like you're no better if you're sending people death threats and especially if you're death threatening like a 14-year-old. That's like who are you? Why are you threatening 14-year-olds that you're gonna kill them? Like that's like really messed up. And to be fair, I feel like the people who send death threats are also the same teenagers and their age to a degree. It's probably like there's probably are older people who send death threats, but for the most part I feel like a lot of like really harsh and heavy hate does come from a younger demographic of people because they're not everyone just jumps to straight to the what's going to hurt the most. Oh, death threats. Yeah. or like bullying someone and making sure that their life is over, like when they're 13. Like they haven't even hit a quarter of their life yet. I haven't even hit a quarter of my life yet. I'm not even at the quarter mark of my life. And you're telling me a 14-year-old can just have the rest of their life just done? Not the rest of their life, but like for the most part, they can't show their face on the internet anymore, and like the internet is everywhere. And even at school, like these kids will actually get like harassed at school too, and it's like that's messed up. But besides that, besides talking about the children, like, you know, how we should handle children saying really messed up things and getting a little edgy and aggro on stuff we tell them not to say. I feel like for adults, it's a different case. Like, it depends on their mentality. I feel like, you know, every day I'm learning something new, and that's progress. You know, I like to be progressive in certain ways. And then you have people who are still in the same range or a little older or even like, you know, really older who are in like their second half of their life, say these things. I feel like it's all about the mental pattern. Like, I had a guy in my Destiny clan who just dropped the N word at random times, and we're all like, okay. And then some people complained to the clan leader. I was modding, and my leader couldn't take care of this at the time. So he's like, hey, you should talk to this guy. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll talk to him. And I'm like, hey, man, probably shouldn't be saying the N-word. Also, I have this all on video, by the way. I'm not going to show the video, but I still have the video of him just randomly saying it in the middle of PvP matches. And we're all like, okay, that's cool. That's great, cool. And then afterwards, he kind of goes behind my back, starts saying some stuff, and then also goes, man, this is BS. I can't say the N-word. Like, what? Why? Why? Why is that an issue? Why? You can't say one word. Why is this an issue? You can't. Why? Out of like all the other words, you can sit here and call us bitches all day. Just call us bitches all day. That's fine. But like, dude. And it's just those type of people that I feel like you can't change their mentality. And you have to be like, wow, that's people. There's still people. Like, my uncle's in his mid-30s, and he is he's racist. He's fully racist. He's definitely in some white supremacist groups on Facebook for sure. So like, when we kicked him out of the house because he's just a awful human being, he like threatened to kill his sister, aka my aunt, and we're all like, yeah, that's not cool. And like, he's like, why are you guys all defending this lover over here? And I'm like, what does that have to do with you being an absolute idiot and threatening to kill your sister? Like, what does that, what is the correlation there? There's no Also, like, another side note that I feel like I feel like this does and doesn't pertain to the story at the same time. My aunt has no black friends. Like, what my uncle just said makes no sense because my aunt doesn't know any black people. So when my uncle said that, I'm like, wow, not only are you like, why, that makes, like, I get, like, not only are you calling her that, but also you could kind of say the same thing to the whole family, because our whole family isn't racist, just him. He's the only racist one. And it's like, what? How are you the only racist one? How? I want to know how he became the only racist one. But you got to think to yourself, like, these are people stuck in their ways. You can't cancel them. There's no, like, you can sit here and try, like, you can try and cancel my uncle. He's just going to go chill in his little white supremacist group and sit in a corner and snort paint all day. Doesn't matter. He doesn't care. And it's the same thing with all the Karens that you see. Like, you see all the Karen videos. And I'm talking more like, you know, in their 50s and 60s type people those really old people who you see and they're like, man, go back to your country, to like really young people who are like fourth or fifth generation. Like they don't even speak their native language anymore. And they're saying all these horrible things. And it's just like, you can't cancel those people. Like, yeah, there's some people that they get sent to jail or whatever for like, being like obstructing things and just like there's been like a few videos I've seen on TikTok where it's like people getting put behind bars for a couple days or whatever. They have to go on trial because like disturbance and like hate or whatever, stuff like that. But like, you can't cancel them. They don't care. They'll gladly sit behind. They'll die on that hill. That is their hill to die on. They don't care. They really don't. And it's like basically the trying to cancel people who like aren't on the internet and like who don't leave their house all the time. Like they don't matter. Like you're wasting your effort at that point. Like have the video, report it to the police or whatever. But I feel like every time I see a Karen video now or just a video of just someone being stupid and hateful, it's like it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And then you follow up, oh, they spent like they got arrested. And it's like, all right, well, they get out. They're not going to care. Like, you see them, though, on the news, like, I'm sorry. No, you're not. Like, we know you're not. Like, I think it would be a little bit more admirable if these people were just like, yeah, no, fuck you. I hate you no matter what. Like, I hate you. Like, if they just admitted it, I feel like people would be shocked. They'd be like, oh, my God. But then they also be like, you know what? Like, they can't say anything because they're being honest. Like, I feel like honesty is, like, still a huge thing where it's just, if someone's just like, yeah, no, I'm just trying to be a hateful prick. Like, I don't like you. I want to hurt your feelings. And people will be like, that's fucked up. Okay. Like, because you have people who, like, call people out for saying sorry. Like, you have them all just like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm a person of God, and God would never do that. I would never be a hurtful. I'm sorry. I was just possessed by a demon that day. And you know who I'm talking about. So, and then people call them on their bullshit. And it's like, you're just wasting your time. They're not going to admit it. Like, they're not going to sit there and admit to being a hateful person because it's, again, they were blessed by the Lord. They have no hate in their heart, even though on a video of them a couple days ago, they were just, saying some really off-colored things and being an absolute monster to society. So, yeah. It's like you're wasting your energy trying to cancel 40, 50, 60-year-old people because they're going to die on that hill regardless. They don't care if they get put behind bars, and they'll say whatever they need to say to make themselves feel better or to just kind of look good in the eyes of God, in air quotes. But in all reality, they're going to sit behind that closed door and still be angry and do whatever they do because they're in their own little bubble of this world. It doesn't matter. Nothing really matters to them. They're going to do them, and that's it. They're not worried about other people like some of us are, like me. I'm worried about other people. I worry if I hurt someone's feelings. They don't care. To be fair, I should kind of rephrase that. I care about hurting specific people's feelings, but if your feelings get hurt over something stupid, then I don't care. But besides that, like, they're purposely, they don't care. So with that being said, stop wasting your efforts on older people trying to cancel them because they don't care. You're wasting your breath. Stop it. There's no point. Just let them go die of anger in a corner. Middle-aged people, you just have to look at their patterns and everything. I feel like the people who like actually have thought process, like from I'd say about like, 16, 17, 18, like that little range up to like, I don't know, maybe like they're like 30, like from there to 30. I feel like those people can, have like some pretty life change. Like, we can say some things and, push them on the right direction depending on how they view things. Cause like I said, there's some people who are in my age and they're just stuck in some really hateful ways. Some of the people I knew from high school, they post some really, really awful stuff on their Snapchat stories. And I sit here and I think to myself, like, how did we come to this? You were such a different person in high school. What happened? What happened to you? And then kids, we should just be stern with kids. We should just really kind of lay out something for them. But anyways, this has been me on people who get upset because they can't say hurtful things. Like, I don't get it, but hey, you do you, I guess. Get mad you can't say that one racist joke. That's cool. Anyways, thanks for watching. Follow my socials and subscribe. Otherwise, you're gonna turn into a hateful person.